Well, welcome back. Breaking news this morning, reversing course on Wall Street after breaking news from Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Lavrov opening the door to a potential agreement, proposing an agreement to continue talks with the West to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Apparently, Putin responding all right to continuing talks with the West rather than invading Ukraine imminently. Joining me right now is former Interior Secretary, Navy SEAL Commander, and Montana congressional candidate Ryan Zinke. Ryan, it's great to have you this morning. Thanks very much. You saw all of the back and forth this morning. We were expecting Russia to invade Ukraine within days. That's what the State Department told us. And this morning, these breaking comments from Minister Lavrov opening the door to a potential agreement. Your thoughts?
Well, it'd be a nice thought, although I think Russia, you look at the psychological operations have already begun, cyber attacks, military positioning, they see us as weak. So I'm hopeful, although I don't remain confident that that's the case.
What do you think Putin is trying to do? Is this all a ruse? I mean, let's face it. He wants concessions, and whatever happens here, he's probably going to get them. He's already got the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, even if it's not up and running yet. What do you think he's trying to do? And at the end of the day, where is this going? More concessions for Putin?
Well, certainly he's probing. Russians are very good at negotiating, and how you negotiate with the Russians, you negotiate through strength and not weakness, and they can smell weakness a mile away. Oh, he's probing. I think he still has territorial ambitions with a corridor to Crimea. I don't think that's changed. And he's probing to see how far and how fast he can obtain them. But also, Marie, I think the energy policy is center to this. We're seeing runaway inflation at home. We're seeing a foreign crisis, overseas, and much of it has to do with the failed Biden energy policy. When energy prices were cheap, when I was secretary, we were the largest producer of energy worldwide across the board, and there's consequences of all of a sudden reversing that policy and not being in a position where we can leverage our energy resources. And Russia, at $90 a barrel, they can fund a lot of military operations, from the high energy prices, and unfortunately, we're paying for it at home.
Well, that's right. And we know that Joe Biden's policies around energy have sent oil prices skyrocketing, and that is one of the issues around inflation. You've got oil prices pulling back this morning, but we are right near $100 a barrel, Ryan. What can you do to reverse this inflation that is hurting American families? You're running for Congress right now. What kind of a change would you put in place?
Well, we did put a change. When we first got in to Interior, we were 8.3 million barrels a day and declining. In 2 short years, we were 12.5 million barrels a day, the largest producer of energy across the board, not just fossil fuels. But when you're energy dominant, it gives you a lot of leverage and can counter some of the pressure we see from Europe being beholden to Russian energy. So reversing the policy, infrastructure, and going back to an energy-dominant policy is correct for national security and prices at home. Grocery stores being driven by cost of fuels.
Well, you talk about national security issues. Special counsel John Durham's latest filing reveals that Hillary Clinton and her campaign paid a government-contracted technology company to intercept and spy on President Trump, not only at his Trump Tower, his Central Park West apartment building, but in the Oval Office, Ryan. What does this say about our vulnerabilities that Tech Executive One could actually intercept and view President Trump's, a sitting president's, emails and communications? I mean, this is something that our adversaries would like to do. How is Tech Executive One able to do it?
Well, I'm sensitive to this subject because I also was a target of multiple false allegations. And you look at it, the liberal media, social media, the Democratic Party, and the deep state, they're one and the same. And they operate in concert. And what was appearing now is a Clinton orchestrated operation was inserted at the highest levels of government, leading to misleading the FISA court to bring national collection assets to target against the Trump administration and unmask conversations. And Maria,
Yeah.
those people that unmasked the conversations to the president of the United States, Trump, are in the White House today.
Unbelievable. Yes, they are. Jake
It makes
Sullivan is
Watergate
obviously
look like a
one of
picnic.
the people. Yeah, one of the
Well,
people who were, peddling around these lies about Trump collusion is Jake Sullivan, the one who told us over the weekend to leave Ukraine because Russia was about to invade Ukraine. I'm wondering if it's all a ruse. Ryan Zinke, thanks very much for being here this morning. We appreciate it, and we'll be watching your campaign.